Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Packers Daily Chat right here live on the Cheesehead TV social channels. It's Friday, baby. That's right. End of the week. Packers will have their final practice later today. We'll hear from Matt LaFleur, probably Aaron Jones, maybe a few others. But right now, it's time to hear from you fine folks prior to the Packers taking on the Detroit Lions on Sunday in what is essentially, for the Packers, a meaningless game. But the starters will play at least to begin the game, trying to keep that momentum going into the playoffs and, of course, the week off that they're going to get because they are the number one seed. Big B is here, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Big B? Good to see you in the comments section, along with Joey the Jaguar. Underage Packers representing right here. I love it. Joey, what should we got to say? Let Devontae break some records, give David some snaps, have Aaron get to 4,000 yards, and call it a day. That very well may be the plan. We'll have to see. Good morning, Aaron. What's your opinion of playing games in Europe? Thanks. Love the show, man. Thanks, Callum. I'm all for it. I hope they play in Germany, so I have an excuse to go visit. Yeah, I mean, they've saturated the U.S. market as much as they possibly can. They have to be able to grow internationally to continue to grow the game itself, pie of revenue that is split between the owners and the players. Best way for them to do that is internationally, and that includes Europe. So I'm all for it, and I can't wait. And here's the other thing: there are tons of Packers fans in Europe, in Germany especially. Be great for those fans to have the opportunity to go watch their favorite team. Something that most of us in the U.S. probably take for granted. So I'm all for it. And I know there are people that hate the idea. And I totally get that, but I can't wait. David, thanks for the super chat. If many people's predictions are correct, after Sunday, we'll have 12 quarters of Aaron Rodgers-led Green Bay Packer football left. Time and tide wait for no man. Is entirely possible. I'm just gonna concentrate on the next snap. How about that? One snap at a time. That's where we should all be headed. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Can you ask Aaron if he sees wideouts in Matrix Bullet Time or if his Keanu-ness stops at John Wick? That's a fun question. Not so sure he'd appreciate it, but it is a fun question. Didn't I hear that FanDuel is now legal in New York? It may be, but we, of course, don't partner with FanDuel. Mm. Good morning, Nags. Can you imagine if the Super Bowl is moved to Dallas and the Packers make it to the Super Bowl? That would be awesome. I mean, it'd be nice for Aaron Rodgers to have another home game. He plays like he's at home when he's down there in Jerry World, so I'm all for it. But let's one game at a time. One game at a time. William, thank you for the super chat. Big fan of Cheesehead TV from Montreal. Hope we get to LA. Thanks, William. And yes, hope we get to LA or to Dallas, whichever the case may be. We shall see. I hope we give love the whole second half, Michael. That would mean they're probably up, and that means it's probably going well. So yes, I agree. How do you feel about the starters playing this week? I think it's a good idea because having 3 weeks off, I think, would cause them to be very rusty in the playoffs. I think Matt LaFleur agrees with you. And as I've said all week, there's no one that knows this team better than Matt LaFleur. I can only acquiesce to his demands. I mean, hey, I'm a chicken shit. I would absolutely sit every starter in everybody of consequence, but that's just me. I want to see Winfrey go off Sunday. That would be fun. Have the Juwan Winfrey breakout game. I'd be all for it. Oz, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Had a good week. Beer on me. Go Pack Go. Thanks, Oz. Thanks a lot, man. Tasty Melon, thank you for the super chat. Why does everyone think it's only up to 12 if he stays in Green Bay? If Goo can get 3 first-round picks, isn't there a good chance he wants to trade him? Why, yes. Yes, there is. However, Aaron has spoken a couple of times now about his improved relationship with Brian, how things have gotten much better in that regard. So who knows? Maybe Brian acquiesces and decides to keep him around. That is a possibility. I know you all think I'm like, oh, Aaron's gone no matter what. And I do still think he's gone. But there's a chance he's back. Absolutely. But to your point, if another team comes calling with a boatload of picks for the probably four-time MVP, it's hard to turn that down when you're ready to reset your roster because a bomb's about to go off in the in the salary cap. Got a lot of decisions to make. Pat, thanks for the super chat. Rogers, Adams, and Dillon got me to my fantasy championship this weekend. Anyone look into the crystal ball and know how much they're going to play? I wouldn't suspect they'll play a whole game. So you're going to be rolling the dice there big time. Also, you having a fantasy championship in week 18? Suspect, man. Suspect. Let's see what else we got. Got that one. Alan, thanks for the super chat. Pat gave me great birthday present with number 1 seed, so I treated myself to a jersey with my age on it. Bakhtiari, hope he plays. Alan, very nice. Happy birthday, man. And yes, they gave it just they won the number 1 seed just for your birthday. How nice of them. What else we got here? What else we got? Jeff Ness, thanks for the super chat. Any word on how Bakhtiari has looked in practice? Sounds like he had a great day of work on Wednesday. He did conditioning work yesterday, so he was not on the practice field, but they do expect him back today. And we'll see what Sunday holds. I mean, I still think it's a bit of an outside shot that he plays, but sure sounds like he's heading in the right direction. So that's good. John, thanks for the super chat. David Moore, punt return TD confirmed for Sunday, maybe. When you get the dog for your daughter, name it Curly. Very nice. Well, he's got to get off the COVID reserve list on the practice squad first before he's going to be returning anything. Deshaun Perry, thanks for the super chat. How much do you trust national reporting on Packers, Schefter, Rappaport, as opposed to beat reporters, Rob D and Matt S? Man, this is a whole podcast in and of itself. But, I saw someone bitching the other day on Twitter that the local people, local guys and gals never, quote, break any big stories. And there's a reason for that, of course. Almost every single agent in the business goes to Schefter or Rappaport or works with them in an agency because those guys have agents. And a lot of times they are fed scoops from the agency or by an agent. And the quickest way to get the word out about your client is give it to a national reporter. So that's why most of the stories are broken by the national people. It's not a lack of work or hustle by the local beat reporters. And it really depends. I mean, if I'm looking for, the latest injury news, I know Rob Demovsky is going to have it. You'll notice that's the stuff that Rob usually breaks because he's got an in somewhere. I have no idea what it is, but whether it's with agents, whether it's with the medical staff itself, whether it's with a trainer, I don't know, but he's got it. He's usually the first one on that stuff. So, I trust that implicitly. Rob's always on the mark there. If it's stuff like coaching staff wise or personnel wise, usually Spoon's good for that. So I'll follow what Spoon has to say. But ultimately, yeah, it's an information game, and the information is fed to the national people. Now, obviously, there are some I trust more than others, but ultimately, that's the breakdown. That's why things are different between the two entities, so to speak. Let's give a shout out to our friends over there at the DraftKings Sportsbook app, shall we? Our good friends, please download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code Cheesehead. That's promo code Cheesehead. DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new players a deposit bonus of up to $1,000 in free credits with their first deposit. Head to the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and check out all they have to offer, including same-game parlays, player props, live betting, and so much more. DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is safe, secure, and reliable. You can deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. If Sportsbook is not yet available in your state, don't forget about the DraftKings Fantasy app. They are offering millions of dollars in total prizes every single week. Do it, people. Do it. I trust you, Aaron, the most, but please be wrong about Rodgers for next year. I mean, it's just guesswork. I mean, I'm just, getting a feel for this shit. It's not like so this is going to happen. If I knew what was going to happen, trust me, I wouldn't keep it to myself. But I don't. John, thanks for the super chat. All in on getting Amari some second half touches. Absolutely. Yes, 1,000%. Get him more reps, live reps. That's what he needs. Too old for this. Am I the only one disappointed in the Book of Boba Fett? I'm not disappointed because it's about what I expected, but I don't love it 2 episodes in. But that's just me. I'm sure there are people who seemingly are lapping it up, and that's great. That's great for them. But yeah, I think it's pretty damn cheesy, as I said it was probably going to be. Josh, thanks for the super chat. How about Schefter tearing his meniscus doing the gritty? Maybe Florio can try a breakdancing headspin next. Wait, is that true? Did he really hurt himself doing the gritty? That'd be hilarious. I mean, get better, Adam, but that's kind of hilarious. At one point, Rodgers talked about wanting a percentage of the cap instead of a straight salary. Thoughts on if that's still part of his motivation? I have no idea if that's part of his motivation. I know he did float it. I mean, it's never been done, and the NFL owners are really against the idea. I can't imagine the Packers would be the one to break that seal, so to speak. Maybe it's part of the negotiations, but I don't think the Packers would ever give in on that. He totally did. Wow, that's amazing. This could be A-Rod's last regular season game as a Packer. It absolutely could. Pretty crazy. Nobody knows about Aaron Rodgers' future. We all thought and said that Aaron Jones was gone earlier this year. We were wrong. No question about it, man. I thought Aaron Jones was out the door until he wasn't. Anything can happen. At what point will LaFleur let Love actually throw the ball? Hey, he let him throw the ball on Sunday night. On that third down, move the chains. Doing okay. But yeah, I think Love will get in there and toss it around a little bit. I'm all for it. I hope we see it. But did Pete really ask Coach about getting rid of play calling after the Bucs loss? That was weird. I mean, I think it was probably a bit reactionary, but I mean, the play calling in the second half, you get 2 chances, interceptions, you go 6 and out, essentially 2, 3 and outs. I don't think it's an out of bounds question. Landon, thanks for the super chat. Who has played the best next to Kenny this season? Lowry, Lancaster, or Slayton? Lowry, in my eyes. I mean, Slayton's had, his ups and downs. He's still a rookie, though, and it shows. He gets way too high at times. I think Lancaster's been really solid. I don't think there's any question there. Corey and I talked about it on transplants. He's a guy who does seem to get forgotten a little bit and taken for granted. Talked about it with Andy, too, on Let's Talk Football. I just think he's a lot better against the run than people give him credit for. But overall game, it's definitely Dean. He's not a superstar. No one expects him to be, except maybe some yahoos on Twitter. But, yeah, Dean has had a really solid season. No question about it. Who is starting at QB for Detroit? Good question, Patrick. I know Jared Goff has not practiced. I would suspect, is probably going to be listed as questionable. But it does sound like he's good enough to play. They're talking as though he'll play, but they also have Tim Boyle right there waiting, which would be so cool if Tim Boyle got to play against the Packers. But we'll see. What else we got? Skinny Jeans Dean. Wow. With one game left, can we get a round of applause with Goody's free agent picks of Campbell and Douglas? Absolutely. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. I mean, outstanding work from the personnel group. I mean, Douglas isn't even a free agent. That's a pickup off a practice squad. I mean, that takes some foresight, so to speak. And to sign Campbell so late in the process in free agency, along with Dennis Kelly, who's saving their bacon on the offensive line. Those 3 alone, outstanding work. Brandon, thanks for the super chat. Sorry if I missed this, but did we ever hear what happened or is happening with Kiki? I know he was on the COVID list, but other than that, he may have come off of it this week. It's been so many guys up and down, but he was on the COVID list for like 2 weeks. Oh, I missed a super chat. Where's my super chats? Got that one. Got that one. Got that one. Got that one. I got that. Oh, there it is. KS, what's up, man? Please add tall sizes to the store. You guys rock. PS5 fund. I'll see what we can do. We're kind of at the mercy, though, of Teespring in that regard. but I will reach out to them. I'll see what we can do. I know everybody wants everything all the time, and we will try to give it to you. Stokes, Campbell, and Douglas saved the season. I'd throw Dennis Kelly in there too, but definitely. What else we got? Jalen Smith feels like so long ago. I mean, it does. And the thing is like it cost them absolutely nothing to do it. They took a look and they were like, nope, he ain't got it anymore. And then they moved on. Kudos for recognizing that. Crystal ball, does Cobbs stay? I doubt it. But we'll see. I mean, I think that's obviously purely a Aaron Rodgers pickup. And if Rodgers is out the door, then I got to think Cobb is out the door as well. They're going to want to get Amari Rodgers on the field. When all the injured players come back, the music at the end of Avengers Endgame needs to be played at Lambeau. Packers assemble. I like it. Sean Wolf, thanks for the super chat. Do you think the great free agent signing speaks to the culture of the program or just Goody's instinct? Both. I think he's got some really good guys working underneath him to suss some of that stuff out. And then it's up to him to make the call, to make the move. Don't ever forget, Gutekunst comes off of being, a lieutenant for Ted Thompson, who hardly ever made these kind of moves. And he's got years and years of going to Ted with suggestions and ideas for free agent pickups or guys that could augment their roster and being told no. I mean, a decade of it. Alonzo and Elliott used to go to Ted all the time with ideas, workouts. Let's look at this guy. And Ted almost always shot it down. And that was just the way Ted wanted to run things. He liked his guys. He liked his draft and develop. It was how he operated. We all know that. But I do think some of that has kind of worn into Brian's way of operating, in the sense of if Milt comes to him and says, I think this guy could really help us, Brian's going to take a sincere look and probably trust his guy and say, okay, let's sign the kid. It's not going to be that way every single time, but I do think that's part of the equation there. Nuclear Family, thanks for the super chat. On the plus side, Bakhtiari, Jair, etc. will be fresh. Yeah, you ain't wrong about that. They have not played a lot of football. Marshall, thanks for the super chat. Attending either playoff game at Lambeau? No, sir. Now I got to win that first one. They got to win the first one for there to be a second one. So am I attending that game, the divisional game? No, I am not. I will be here. That is the answer to that question. LT86, thanks for the super chat. Thoughts on the last 20 years of Packers middle linebackers? Hope we can keep Campbell. It's going to be expensive. We'll see. It's a big puzzle, and there's a big piece named Aaron Rodgers that begins and ends it all. So whatever happens with Rodgers is going to have a lot of say in whoever else is able to be retained. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to get going. I can't thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Cheesehead TV social channels. Please do me a monster favor and hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends, tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. See you Sunday on the watch party for the regular season finale in Detroit. Thanks so much, everybody. Go Pack Go.